Morning, guys. Mark Ferrasci, Protect Dog Training, hitting the road early this morning. Heading down to my friend's place, Daryl Young. Daryl Young owns America's best dog trainers. He's got himself a dog training firm. He's a little bit different than most people. He's likes to travel, so he travels and brings ring sport and brings the art of dog training to people throughout the world, as he likes to say. He's just got done with a trip to France. He was in Cuba. He was all over the place and bounced around. It took him about a month down on the plane, bouncing all over the place. And now he's back here at home, getting ready for a trial with one of the top trial decoys that's putting on and sponsoring this with their club here in our area. So he's getting ready for that trial to come up, and then he'll do the trial and he'll be traveling, doing his thing. So he's very worldly. I like Daryl and me go way back 30 years since I consider him a very good friend. So it's going to be some fun. I'm just going to go out here and relieve some stress and take Joker and take Buddy. And I've got the customer dog, that little coonhound, with me to do a little socialization because he's got a class he's got here. So there'll be a bunch of people milling around having a good time. So, we're going to be doing that. And then life is going to be transitioning. This yak session, we're going to kind of open up a little bit and be a little bit open about what's going on with life right now. Life is throwing me a curve, which happens. I mean, life is nothing but ebbs and flows. It goes up and it goes down, and things change, and nothing is ever in a constant state. It's always in what I call a constant state of flux. Right? So we're going to be hitting the road, and this next year, if everything goes as I'd like it to, and I'm doing some traveling myself and hitting the road in my truck, take my dogs and head out and try to hook up with some interviews. I'd like to interview some of the named people that I see online that I know they're out there doing training towards my slant and my interest of nose work. I want to get heavy saturated into the nose work, and I kind of call it cowboying up, which means I'm going to be kind of doing it like the cowboys of the Old West. In the Old West, the cowboys would travel across the country, and to sustain themselves, they were a little bit more adventuresome. Our lifestyle was a lot more simple back then. And they would go, and they'd go work for a rancher over here, and they'd break some horses, and they'd stay for a few months, 3, 4 months, 5 months, whatever it was. And then maybe a year, whatever it was, and then they'd head on down the road, and that's kind of their lifestyle, the cowboys of old, a lot of times, Well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of cowboy up. I've got my skill in my dog training. I can produce product. I can train dogs. And there's plenty of training firms all throughout the United States, and plenty of names that I see on the line that I'd love to go meet, shake their hands, and get more knowledge. It's all about knowledge for me. It's about having a different perspective and different little techniques and getting around people that do things a little different and grow my craft. And that's what I'm all about anyway. No matter what it is, you never stop learning, you never stop growing. And if you're anything like me, you never stop reaching, And that's what it's all about to me, is to do that. So I'm going to take my camera, and I'm going to take my equipment. We're going to hit the road, and we're going to go do interviews and get to see some people and bring it to you guys to live vicariously what I'm going through. It's going to be rough. I'm not going to deny it. It's going to be a little rough patch, boy, I'll tell you. But it's going to be an adventure, and I'm lucky enough that I don't have family. I have nothing tying me down. I can do this, right? So I'm gonna head out and go check it out. So look for more of that. You'll see a little bit difference in my twist. I'm gonna drop Pro Trek. I mean, obviously I won't be Pro Trek anymore. I'm thinking, give me some suggestions, guys. Some suggestions for a good road trip name. I'm thinking about calling it Pro Trip. Mark Ferrasci with Pro Trip. Heading on down the line. So my first stops are going to be in Vegas. I'm trying to put together some interviews there in Vegas and shake some hands and get to know some folks. There's 2 people in particular I'd like to hook up with, and I won't give you the names yet because I haven't inked it. But if I can swing it, that's what I'm going to be doing. And then I'll bring you some of my ability at yakking, and I'll do a lot of different slants towards that. Let you know who they are, how they got started in the business, and what their attitude is in their businesses, and just head on down the road doing that, right? We're going to be more slanted towards working dogs, obviously, because that's my interest. And nose work. That's what I really want to get saturated in. You know, so that's of all types. You know, anything that has to do with the nose, the dog's nose, that's kind of what I want to soak in as I hit this road trip. So I thank you very much for listening to my yakking as usual, and you guys have a good one, and stay tuned for some more yak sessions, because I'll be doing a lot of things. We're getting real rough around the edges. All my idea of trying to get really glossy and do some bells and whistles, I'm not going to lose that. I've got a guy that I've got doing a pretty good job with that. Now and then, within his schedule, he's able to put out. But as I go along, who knows what's going to happen. So I may get some sponsors for this road trip. Who knows? I thank you very much. Mark Ferrasci Protect signing off. Have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.